Reality. I'm Farron. This is
Elisa.
Please like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today we'll be recapping, talking the tea, the gossip, the drama, everything about Housewives of Potomac. We're about to go live.
Watch us now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back talking about Potomac, as we said. So this is episode 2, season 7, and it leaves off from the brunch that they was at with Gizelle going up to Mia, right? And basically saying, like, this is what cancer looks like. So they basically kind of leave off at the brunch.
I mean, Giselle's wrong. That's how I feel.
Yeah, as we said, and I do believe, like, I like how Robin kind of jumped in there and basically was like, Gizelle wasn't the only one. Like, we all think she's lying. Like, stop it.
Well, Karen didn't really say she was lying. That's the thing I didn't like. They made it seem like Karen was on board. Karen was kind of defending Maya a little. She was just like, oh, you guys think her way of doing it was wrong. She never said Maya was lying or anything. Karen did not say that. Or voiced her opinion that she doubted what she was saying. She just said, okay, that's how she is. Maybe the way she delivered it wasn't the best. But I don't think she felt how they felt.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with the Farrah's connection. She's having a bad connection. But yes, we are discussing, as I said, Potomac. And okay, Farrah, we need you, girl. She's having some technical difficulties. But anyway, Charisse comes in and Karen seems to have like old beef with her. And the beef starts. I don't know what the beef came in from, but I don't know what's going on with Farrah's. Just one moment. Okay, she's coming back in. Just one moment. But I hope also you guys that's in the live right now that y'all checked out my Bravo. When I was at BravoCon last week, it was fantastic. The video is from last week, and you can check it out on our channel. And I got to meet Gizelle. I got to meet Karen. Wait, let me show y'all the pictures while we on hold for Farrah to come back in. Okay, here come Farrah. We'll wait. Let me just show you this picture. Where is it? Okay, wait, just one moment. Okay, my eyes are closed in that, but that's when I met Wendy. Yes, I met Wendy. She was being a little bit of a little bitch, but it's okay. She wanted me to buy her candle. I told her, nah, I'm not buying no candle. But she was cool after that. My friend bought a candle, so then I took the picture with her, and it was all great after that. But we're gonna continue now back to the show since Farrah is in the building now. Okay, I was just doing a little chit chat and talking about when I was at BravoCon, so we can have you back in the building. But I was telling them about when I met Wendy, and they can see the rest of it in the BravoCon video that I posted up. So back to what we were saying, back to the brunch.
Sorry, I forgot my laptop was off, turned off. I wasn't charging, so it's charged now. I'm ready. So yeah, I mean, with that, like I was saying, I don't think Karen was trying to be malicious or talk behind Myra's back. Gizelle was riding leading the shady train. Ashley, and then Robin, she follows whatever Gizelle says. She's a follower.
Who, Robin?
Yes.
No, absolutely
Kick his
not.
ass. Kick
Robin,
his ass.
excuse me. No, Robin was having Giselle's back. That's not like following after your friend. That's having your friend's back.
She's a follower. All the other seasons, I feel like she never this episode 3, I really see her kind of like going against Gizelle. All the other seasons, I feel like she follows Gizelle.
But she wasn't following after her. She's basically letting them know like Gizelle wasn't the only one who spoke about it. I love the way she jumped in and defended her friend. Like, because I would love a friend to do that for me. If I'm going back to back with somebody and they're accusing me of, saying that you have cancer and you really don't have cancer and you spinning this story, and then my friend's jumping in and basically like, no, Elisa's not the only one who thought that. Y'all all thought that. I love that about Robin. She had her friend's back.
I don't like her.
That's why you having a biased opinion.
Whatever. Hey, Kyle girl. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Due Process. I don't like Robin. Move it on. I'm not a fan of Robin, so.
Well, like I said, I love a friend. I love anybody who's gonna have my back, and I love the way Robin had her friend's back. So basically, she let them know, no, my girl wasn't the only one who doubted this cancer story, which is a story that we all come to. And like I said last episode, I knew we was gonna find out that Maya girl did not have no cancer. Please, but yes,
we knew that, but we'll talk more. Robin staying doing that. It is tired. Then she get hurt when people come at her. Gizelle. What did she call her? Gizelle.
Gizzard. Don't be having Robin's back.
That's true. Gizzard. Don't be having Robin's back. But Robin always have her back. Robin.
And that's what I love about her.
She's an ass kisser.
So then the next scene is Charisse comes in. Karen seems to be bothered by Charisse because she always make a beeline when Charisse is on the scene.
Who makes a beeline? Karen?
Yeah.
Why is Charisse there? She don't fit in.
I don't understand that either. Like, I don't understand why they bringing back people who failed the first time. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, some of them they did fire, put them on ice, and they bringing them back. I don't understand why would they bring Charisse back. She brought nothing to the table. When she was on it before.
They brought Charisse and the other one. The other skinny one. What's her name? The other one that was always drunk. Katie.
Yes, Katie. They brought her in. What do you think about her coming in and then Gizelle like, oh, this is what's his name? The
Ray?
Yes, Ray's favorite girl, and she brings Katie over to Ray, and then like Katie like kind of taps his ass.
That was inappropriate.
It was.
Even though he's an old man and nothing's happening. And this was back. I don't know who, I've seen every episode, season 1. I'm a true fan. This is my favorite franchise of all these shows. I remember when Ray picked Katie as a crush, and I was like, ugh, I don't even think she was even on the show anymore. When that scene aired, when they all were saying if they could swap wives or which wife they like, I forgot the question. And Ray picked Katie, and I remember the time when I watched it, I was like, well, she ain't been on the show, so he been lusting after some Katie. But I felt one, Gizelle mentioned it, it was playful, but for you to go squeeze the guys behind, I say Karen handled it well. Ray, on the other hand, is a man. He didn't check her.
Yeah, Katie was disrespectful, and all of them, I think they played kind of like hand in hand with that disrespect. I would have cursed out Gizelle and Katie both together because Gizelle thought it was cute to like rush Katie over to and bring her to where Ray was at. So she kind of ignited the fire, and then Katie kind of like pounced and grabbing his butt and stuff. Like, no, that was just inappropriate.
And it was a big butt, a whole piece of butt cheek. And my whole thing I didn't like, because if a man did that there's double standards. Like if a woman grabs a man's butt, it's cute. But if a man did that to a woman, it would have been a bigger thing. I just felt that was a violation, and that's a violation to my man. I mean, he obviously is attracted to Katie, and Ray's like, he was all laughing. I would have been livid at my man and her. My man would have heard about it, not on camera, off camera. You were cheesing too much cheesing, and Katie would have heard it from me. She's a drunk mess anyway, so it all depends. I don't know. I would have to I have to see. She's a drunk mess anyway, but very inappropriate.
Yeah. So then she brings her over, they do that, and then Candy, I guess the next scene is when Candy talks about like the egg freezing. Candace. I mean, they call her Candy for short.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Candy Girl.
Oh,
That's her
they do.
name on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Candice got it. I was like, Lord, don't get mixed up with Atlanta Housewives. But
No,
okay, Candice.
that's her name on Instagram. But yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
Candace and her sister talk about the egg freezing, and basically she like just talks, nothing important. I don't think.
I really didn't care about it. I mean, she's smart, freezing her eggs when she's young.
Yeah,
So in case she has it when she's older. Smart move. If you have the money, do it. If you don't, you better have the baby. People have the babies earlier or later. So that's a smart move.
yeah. And then they introduced I think Deborah with Ashley. Did you see that one? Do you remember her?
Yeah, why was she there? That was a wasted a filler scene.
I think they was doing it to like kind of like test her out because they kind of that's like the interviewing process. Throw them in the scene and see what they do. And then I
Trash.
think
She shouldn't
she
come
what?
back. Trash. She shouldn't come back. She shouldn't come back. She didn't bring nothing to the scene. I don't remember her name. I don't
Me,
really
it's
remember
so
how she
funny.
looked
I
like.
have it. You so right. I have it in my notes, and I'm like, I don't even remember Deborah. I don't.
Why was she there? And let me tell you, if I know they're gonna film with me, and there's a potential that I could be a housewife, make money, and promote myself, I'm gonna be coming there looking fabulous. People are gonna be like, "Who's Ashley's friend?"
Yes.
Ashley stole the show. The kids even stole the show. Nobody remembered the woman. She looked like she wasn't dressed to where nobody's gonna even want to see her again. So she failed. If there was potential of her being a housewife, total F, a big F.
Okay, tell us how you really feel, girl.
Big F. It was one of those things like, why are they showing us this? She didn't even try to stir up the pot with Ashley. Girl, I don't like your friends, and if I nothing. She wasn't even going to one of the events.
Yeah, she's basically didn't make it. I can't even imagine them bringing her on after that. And she probably did shoot more, but I'm sure the editors was like, okay, this is worth nothing. We're gonna like trash this.
So Drew Process and Michael is facing charges for the same thing, squeezing the camera. Thank you, but the cameraman's butt, yes, and that was a total violation. But Ray liked it. Ray liked it, so he didn't want.
Yeah, that's true.
That's different. The cameraman it was unexpected. He didn't like the old white man squeezing his butt. I don't know if the cameraman was even gay. So that is total violation. I would be
you're right about that. Because if he wasn't gay, then that's like even worse.
Yeah. So Ray liked her. Katie knows. He loved it. Karen probably not squeezing his butt like that. So he was enjoying it. So, but I agree with Drew Process. But at the same time, Ray liked it. So.
Mm-hmm. So then the next scene is with what'd you say?
I would have been mad if that was my man. Like, you did not check the bitch.
I'm cursing out everybody. My husband, both Gizelle and the girl, everybody getting cursed out.
Party shut down. Everybody leave the party because I got to curse my man.
Yes, I wouldn't have to make that announcement. It was shut down on its own with security's coming over and we got to go. Everybody got to go now.
But I don't think Karen saw the butt squeezing because I think Gizelle told her trying to stir the pot. Like, oh, Katie, you might not think it's as bad, but when I saw there's a whole sometimes you might not think it's as bad because you didn't see it, but watching it now, I know Karen might feel differently.
Mm-hmm.
So
it looked like she looked over, like, wait, who's that? What happened? It looked like she was like looking from afar, though. No?
Yeah, she was. And then Gizelle said, oh, Katie, I think Gizelle mentioned it to her, but if you don't see it, you won't react as bad. Like, let's say, by the way, Katie's squeezing man's behind. You probably like thinking, please, it was not that big of a deal. It wasn't that bad. But watching it was a big squeeze. It was a whole thickness. Chunk of cheek.
So the next scene was with Robin and Gizelle. Robin basically approached her friend Gizelle and told her that she thought it was like kind of like not so friendly that she mentioned that Juan's name isn't on the house. Because remember, she approached Ashley and was basically questioning her about like, you don't need to have Michael on your deed. Like, look at Robin. She doesn't have Juan on her deed. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want anybody to know.
I was like, yes, Robin, check the bitch. Because that's your friend. You always kissing her ass, always up in there. So I'm happy she kind of checked Gizelle. But the thing, even though I'm not a fan of Robin, I like Gizelle. But I like their friendship because they have each other's back, and even if she check it, it's in a respectful manner. And I
Yeah.
don't think Gizelle did it in a malicious way. And that what happened with Gizelle would have happened to me. You talking, you trying to use an example, you just happen to throw your friend there. I don't think she did it in a malicious way, like put Robin's business out there. Like she said,
And I don't. Yeah.
the three of them are friends, so she's thinking, well, I didn't know. I actually didn't know. That's the thing. When you have your friends with mutual friends, I don't know how much you're telling her. I don't know what you're not telling her. So I might slip something that I'm thinking is not a big deal and then realize you didn't tell her. Because they are all three friends. So I don't think it was, I don't think Gizelle did it in a way to be malicious or, to be mean. It was a slip of the tongue and then she didn't realize Ashley didn't know.
And I think on Watch What Happens Live, and they questioned Gizelle about that. Gizelle said that Robin said it on camera that Juan wasn't on the deed. So she thought it was okay to say. Because she said that when she had previously told her before, it was on camera. So I don't know if it made the scene or did we see it before in the other season that he wasn't on the deed? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember about that. But if you said it, oh well, that's even less of a reason for me to apologize.
And that's what Gizelle was saying. Like, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Robin basically explained to Gizelle that her delivery about the cancer, like, to Mia was kind of like off-putting.
And this is what I was telling you last episode that we did. And you're like, oh no, she was trying to give her a compliment because seeing cancer look this good.
I think the way Gizelle meant it, I think it was like, because when you know somebody's lying, because I could be sarcastic like that. It's kind of like when you know somebody's lying, like, and you coming in looking fabulous. It's a two-handed thing, like I said before. I still stand on that. Listen, Gizelle ended up apologizing. I would, if you tell me how hurt you were and all of that, and it was mad, and you mad about it, I would apologize. But I would explain to you, like, girl, you looking fabulous. I didn't think, like, I'm thinking cancer looks like you going to chemo. You was at Johns Hopkins yesterday.
No. So for me, it would be like, oh, how you feeling? I saw your Instagram post. How you doing? Is everything okay? That's when you do it. They're like, oh yeah, I'm doing. Be like, oh my God, Will, you look good. You look good. That's what you say. You look good after you know what they've been through. You don't go in there, girl, is this how cancer look?
We've been through what? She wasn't through nothing. If I'm thinking you lying, I'm coming in and I'm going to be a little sarcastic about it. That's me. I'm a little sarcastic. So if I know that you lying about the cancer and you come in looking fabulous, that's going to be a little slight sarcasm, slight compliment.
Well, the thing I didn't understand, and again, when I saw it, I remember when I saw the post, I was like, oh my gosh, the woman has cancer. I thought she had cancer from the post. I don't follow on social media, so I didn't know there was a post after the post that
Me
I saw.
neither.
But I never understood what made them think she was lying. And then we'll talk more about episode 3 because...
Well, we discussed that the last time. They thought she was lying because she changed the post. She changed it and then never gave an update. Remember, she changed it when everybody started calling her, like, girl, you got cancer, you got cancer. She probably started getting tired of it. And then she changed the post and then never gave an update. Weeks, months passed by. You telling us that you possibly have cancer. Then you going to go get the test the next day, the next week, and then you never update us?
That don't mean you're lying. That don't mean you're lying.
You seeking attention is what they say. And I believe it too.
Look, I'm going through too much. I'm still trying to process everything. I don't have time to post. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Me, if I'm putting that, I know everybody's waiting and wanting to know. So you should, to your fans or the people you're putting out there that's probably even worried about you, you should have an update like, oh, I went, I did the biopsy, everything is fine. But again, she wanted attention, probably wanted everybody up in a frenzy. Due process says, I like Gizelle, so do I. But she always acts as if she doesn't have common sense. She knows what she should and shouldn't do. Correct. Kyra said, yeah, people also kept asking about it, then gave an update. Yeah, she should have gave an update. That was my thing. Give an update.
Yeah. That's what would make me come to the conclusion, like, oh, this girl, she looking for attention. So when you walk in the building looking like, something like a glamorous, like you on a fashion runway, I think my first thought would be like, Gizelle, like, this is what cancer looks like? Because you already know that they lying.
So Maya is very cocky. Now, you need to think, now that we're talking about it, you put a post like this, you wait because the season is about to start.
Okay.
Like me. And then you wait to see, like she didn't put an update because she wanted people to watch the show.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm like, oh, let me find out. She got cancer. What's going on?
No. When she
She
first,
did.
no, but when she put the post up, it was like January, February. The season wasn't coming out till freaking like now. What month we into? October? So you mean to tell me you
Oh,
telling me you going to John Hopkins in February and we got to find out if you got cancer in November?
Well, then she did it for storyline. We're talking about her, aren't we?
Yes. So I guess Robin basically saying she was wrong. Gizelle kind of like seemed to agree at that point. And then we go to the next scene where the discussion about Chris DMing Ashley at 2:42 in the morning.
Now I don't want to hear your take about this, and then I give you my take.
I do believe that was innocent. I believe that just like how we do on our stories, and I could especially Chris, which is what's her name's Candace's husband. He works at the W Hotel. So basically what happened was Ashley's like texting, putting up them having a good time at another hotel with her and her girls. She put up a story on Instagram. Chris DMs her responding to the story and says, you should be at the W Hotel where he works at. So to me, that was Chris giving promotion to his hotel where he's working at and also telling them this is where the good time is at. Come over here. So I do believe that it was innocent. It wasn't like if he was in a hotel room chilling out with his own private quarters in the W, then I would say, okay, yeah, he's being shiesty. He's slimy. But it wasn't like that. He works at the W and he's basically saying the party is here. Come on, let's go.
So Drew past Chris did nothing wrong. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Someone like Ashley, I would stop talking to her. Based on that, lets me know you're conniving, you're shady, and I can't trust you because you can say he slid in your DM. When you say that now, or he slid into my DM, that is trying to hook up, trying to get a booty call. We trying to do way more than be friends. Sliding your DM, you don't say he's. First of all, what's in your DM? To me, in DM, I'm going through.
No, but it does go into the DMs though. It does go into DMs.
But it's from her post she did. She posted something. He commented. Yeah. That's me. If I put a live or whatever, someone put something in there. That is a comment to me. You commented on my picture. You commented on my video. You didn't go into my DM. That to me, that's I mean, it's direct message, but to me, DM is when you scroll and you look for the person, you go there and you send a separate message. That is me. He made a comment, like you said. I don't think it was anything, but the way she made it seem, he was being shy. Oh, because Chris DM me, and there are certain women that want to feel good about themselves and want to believe somebody else's husband want them. She going through her marriage issues. She's probably feeling very vulnerable, maybe in her twisted little mind, big forehead self. She probably felt like, oh, he probably is interested in me. And that might have made her feel good for that 2 seconds. Not only that, she then later on in the episode made it seem like maybe he was interested in her friend. Because she said something, so, oh, well, I wasn't sure. Maybe he was interested in me, but maybe interested in my friend. Why would you even want to think that your friend or you're trying to be friends with Candace, man would be interested in you or interested in your friend? Like that to me is
well, you can see the thing is the only thing I feel about that, like I definitely am on Chris with this. I don't believe he did mean anything, but or I would say as far as if somebody else believes that, I can't tell Ashley how to feel like or how to like. I don't know if maybe she's just letting you know, like, listen, your man, like, let me, like, I'm just telling you in case, like, you might see, like Ashley said later. What if she sees the DM later, Candace sees it and say like, where's this at? Why are you DMing talking about you at the W and inviting my friends over? Maybe later on Candace might see it and question it. So I think what Ashley was doing, like, I don't know how she feels. Maybe she did. Like you said, I don't believe it. I don't know.
She was being shady because, well, she didn't know. Well, in her defense, she said she didn't know he was the manager of the W.
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
That is questionable. Like, wait a minute, why are you inviting me to the club? And okay, but I would approach it differently to Candace. Like, oh, girl, I was hanging out with my friends yesterday. I didn't know Chris is the manager at the hotel. He just asked me to come over.
No. See now, no. See you coming in like she already has the details that he was the manager. She's saying she didn't know he worked at the W.
I knew, but when Robin told her, I would have done it that way. Not made if she was worried that Ashley might. I mean, that Candace might one day see the DM.
But what came first? But what came first? Did her telling Candace come first, and then after she told Candace, she found out, oh, he works in the W, or did she find out that he worked in the W before?
Robin told her, and then she spoke to Candace. What I would have done once I found out, and I'm like, oh, I don't want Ashley to see this and think anything. I would have said, like, girl, I just found out Chris worked in the W because me and my friends are hanging out. He told me to come over. One day we need to all go over there and hang out, something like that, so she knows about the text message. And that would be
okay.
It. But I wouldn't be like, well, Chris did DM me, and and she insinuated in a twisted way that he did something she felt comfortable about, or I wasn't sure if he was interested in my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What does the hell has to do with anything? So I didn't like that. I thought that was very shady. And I wouldn't.
Yeah, I do think that Ashley was looking for a moment. I do believe that, like. Because like you said, and like Due Process said, Robin told her first that he was the manager of the W. Because at that point, I would be like, oh, he is? Okay, then that makes sense now as to why he's DMing, why he slid into my DMs. So then, okay, but like, yeah. So yeah, she is trying to look for
a moment. Football head is the right word term. Isn't slick. And Dupas said Ashley wasn't that concerned when pictures surfaced of Michael in his underwear in a hotel.
But you know how women are with their husbands. Their husbands could be cheating right in their face and they're going to be in denial about it.
And Kyra said they also came out and said the actual story he replied to was on Football Head and Robin. Oh, okay. So that's another thing. I don't. Oh, that was Robin? That was in the video of Ashley?
What video?
She said they also came out and said the actual story he replied to was on Football Head and Robin. So it wasn't a random chick. Kyra, correct us. So the other girl that was in the video was Robin, not some random friend of Ashley's, because Ashley also made it seem like it was some girl that Chris maybe could be interested in. The whole thing was shady. Someone like that I wouldn't talk to, because now you're trying to be messy.
Yeah. So then the next scene is when Ashley basically tells Candace that her husband slid into her DMs. And I thought that Candace took it very well.
I would have taken it very well, because I would know that my husband's not doing that. Again, it's if you trust the person. And I would be like, all right, I see you. We're no longer friends. Because I wouldn't trust you, because you already coming off shady.
Okay, yeah, no. But at that point, you don't know, like you didn't get your husband's side. So I probably would be like Candace. I would take it well, listen to what she has to say, but I'm not going to automatically defend my husband because she's saying that he slid into her DMs. I would want to know under what circumstances was this. So I'm not going to automatically write her off and be like, no, my man ain't never going to do that.
No, I'm not ignorant. That's ignorance. I would.
That's what I'm saying. You talking about you gonna write her off and everything. Listen to the girl.
No, I would listen to her. Like, oh, okay, yeah, the same way Candace did. I would then talk to my husband, and then I would cut off. I wouldn't go at her like, I'm not one of those people. Like, my man would never. You don't know what your man's gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't know what he doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I would want to see the message. I want to see the scene of what's going on when he said the
message. I would
take it back, like, look, this is how Ashley feels about blah blah. Why the hell? And then I'm like, okay, it was innocent. Then I'll be like, we're cutting that bitch off. And don't be saying her. You see, this is the issue where men don't know boundaries. When you have a female that have friends, don't be too cozy with their friends.
Yeah, that's what I say too. Yeah.
My man don't follow none of my friends. My friends better not follow that. You don't have no business needing to follow them. There's no reason unless it's
I ain't gonna be that possessive now.
No. There's no reason for it. Why do you need to follow my friend? I have one
No,
best friend.
no, we all friendly. No,
No,
no.
no, because well, that's when situations like this happen.
No,
Women
no,
get
you keep
also,
no, you set boundaries though. Social media, that's a whole different story. But you I don't mind, no, and it could be no hotel rooms and all of that. And like what Ashley's saying, that was like blown out of proportion. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta set boundaries and know, like, okay, he didn't slide into your DMs, he works at the W, and then
exactly.
that would be straight. No, but that would be straightened out easily. Like, so what I'm saying is that if I came to you and be like, yo, your man slid in my DMs talking about he work at the W, and he really did, I mean, not work at the W, he's at the W. I'm telling you as a friend, and I wouldn't know that he worked at the W. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting Ashley's story aside because, like y'all said, she knew before she approached her. But I'm saying, let's say I didn't know. I don't think I should be written off for that. If I'm telling you, like, listen, your man was in my DM talking about come to the W, and then you tell me, oh, he works at the W, then it's squash. That's it. But I'm coming to you as a friend.
But Robin told her he worked at W.
No,
That's
that
what.
I understand that part. I'm just saying that sometimes things could happen like that as a friend, and we should still be able to survive that, because now it's a misunderstanding. And oh, I get it now. He works the W, so it shouldn't be no, oh, I ain't gonna be your friend no more and all of that. No, it's not like that. It shouldn't
I
be
ain't be
like
her
that
friend.
once it's straightened out.
I wouldn't be her friend because you thought for that second, 2 seconds, you thought my man wanted your ass, or he was doing something shisty.
So
I would not be her friend. I would not, especially after Robin. The whole thing why I wouldn't be Ashley's friend in this scenario is because Robin explained it to her. Robin
yeah,
said, I
that
don't think
part.
Chris is doing anything. Then you're gonna go and still make it seem like he was doing something shisty, and oh well, maybe he was into me, but I wasn't sure if he was into my friend.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That part, yeah. With that part, absolutely. I'm just saying it could have been innocent though. But yeah, I do think that Ashley was trying to spin this into something that it wasn't. So absolutely, I do.
Yeah. So all
And
that
Joanne
said,
Brennan says, huh?
oh, go ahead.
Joanne Brennan says, yes, Gizelle was being slick with the backhanded compliment, telling Maya she looks good for a person with cancer. Yeah, that's what I said. It was a backhanded.
Yeah.
And
Kyra
then
said Robin and Ashley were hanging out at a place 3 blocks down from where he works.
yeah, but I think it was another girl that was there too that he could have possibly been looking at. I don't think Ashley was referring to Robin. I think it was another friend.
Well, the video that they showed was Ashley and some other chick. I don't know if the chick was Robin, somebody else, but this is my understanding. And again, I don't know what people do, but my boyfriend has his friends. I have my friend. I don't follow his friends. His friends don't follow me. You don't follow my friends. I don't follow his friends. I have a best friend that's like a sister to me. She follows him because sometimes he posts pictures of me that I may not post. He don't follow her. Yeah, it's no business for you to be following my man to be
That's a little
following
bit.
you.
That's what I'm saying. To me, I just feel that's a little bit
No, for what? Why? Why are you
controlled.
following him?
No, because like I said, that's a whole family vibe. Like to me, with my friends' man, to me, I just think there's certain boundaries though. Like, no, we gonna get to the part with Gizelle and the hotel and stuff. There's boundaries. Social media, I'm not gonna be in your man's hotel on social media. On social media, we're not doing anything that's going to get out of that's gonna get out of line. What are we gonna do? I'm not DMing him. We're not gonna be talking like privately.
This is where issues happen because number one, I was under the assumption that Chris, Candace, don't talk, wasn't found with Ashley and her husband Michael, whatever his name is, right? Who is he found Ashley? How did he see her video in the first place?
Yeah, obviously they follow each other. Yeah.
Okay, why you found her?
For stuff like that, promote. Listen, I think, like I said,
her.
no, but like I said, promotion, especially when you're working in a field like the W, you a chef, you doing stuff. To me, I do think it's a purpose. If we all like cool, especially like there's gonna be boundaries set. And like Kyra said, everyone has their own guidelines about their relationship. Yes. To me, I just think you have to set boundaries. There's certain things that are inappropriate, but following each other on social media, to me, that's not inappropriate. Now, if I slide into his DMs, hey, what you doing tonight and stuff like that, then the line is crossed. But I would make sure, like social media, to me, that's like we talking to strangers anyway on social media. We engaging in conversation. We are talking about everything under the sun, about politics, about different, the news, current events.
It depends on what's on your social media. Let me give you a quick example. I went to a social gathering. We had mutual friends. I met this girl's husband. Mutual friends. One night late, he sent me a request. I said, oh, I don't remember really saying that much to that man. Okay, accept. He's a mutual friend. Mind you, his wife doesn't follow me on social media because I barely really talked to him, but I didn't really think of anything because when I met him that night, we talked about our kids. So I said, okay. Couple of days after, late at night, I'm online. I'm seeing him liking pics back in the day. It's 2 something in the morning. That means you laying up at night.
Now that's inappropriate. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's inappropriate. But you should know, like, okay, yeah, that's inappropriate. I would check that. Like,
but I wouldn't do it anyway because I wouldn't feel comfortable if I decided to put one of my sexy pics on Instagram and my boyfriend's friend liked it. That, and again, it's what I put on my social media page. Yeah. If I'm putting about politics and stupid stuff and he files, I don't care. But my social media, maybe I want to put my little 2-piece bathing suit pic and he likes it.
No, that's what I'm saying. There should be, I know that's what I'm saying. But I think I think my man was going to have common sense not to be doing nothing like that because I would check it. That's what I'm saying. There should be there should be limitations to certain things, like where common sense is used.
Well, if I was in Candace's situation, and I'm hard to forget, and I damn sure sometimes I don't forgive. I don't like the bitch. You don't like her. Don't follow her. Why are you even following Candace that you could leave a comment? I thought they wasn't getting along. From last season, they didn't get along. So I don't know. But
yeah,
we were right along. That was nothing. Big forehead, football head is trying to make a storyline for herself.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, so they basically like Candace took it very well. So then basically this scene, it's not really that came out of it. It's Gizelle, Ashley, and Robin. They discuss like and Charisse, they discuss Ashley's like living conditions. So same old. She's trying to still get a house with Michael, and that's what they discuss. And then Ashley has her twerk, whatever session, the twerking with Ashley.
I mean, she ain't got much to shake back there, but okay. I don't know. They said she's a twerker. I don't know. I'll
come across like when I'm on TikTok, a lot of her, I don't know why, I guess like, TikTok does the algorithm thing where it's like pushing videos that you may be interested in. I don't follow her, but it does come up on my feed a lot. So, I mean, her body looks like decent though. Like it's not like a big butt, like shapely. She got like that kind of like fit shape, but nothing like voluptuous.
She could
so
dance.
I think it looks nice, huh?
I don't follow. She could dance. I don't know.
It's like she give me Britney Spears vibes.
Okay, so she's.
You ever see Britney Spears like dance videos? Okay, it's nothing that's like, huh?
That's good for her and whoever follows her. I mean, you could make money off of TikTok too if you have a lot of followers. So that might be another way.
Exactly. So
due process said does Ashley have rhythm? I wanted to say something. I doubt it.
I mean, like I said, huh?
When they showed the dance part, she looked like she did the best out of all of them. Like Robin looked a mess. Gizelle was trying. She looked like she did the dance routine the best out of that group. So I mean,
she does. Like sometimes like I said, she's getting better. She's doing it a lot. When I came across one today, it did look like I didn't stay on it for like 30 seconds. But in that moment, she did look like she was like doing something. I saw like her muscles, like she was kind of moving with the rhythm. She was doing that Beyonce song everybody's doing now with the we getting effed up tonight. Okay. So she was kind of doing a rhythm, and she was getting it. She getting better.
Hey, Andrew, Britney Spears sums it up. Okay, that's her market.
Yeah.
Missed that dance part. Okay, so they were dancing,
Yeah, so then they get to the part where after the twerk session, where twerking with Ashley, Gizelle basically sits Candace down and tells her that her husband, Chris, got inappropriate with her too. And came into her hotel room after the reunion and was talking about her and was basically like, she felt like it was just inappropriate that her husband was in her room. So now you got Ashley telling Candace that the husband slid into her DMs, which that was kind of like, And now Gizelle telling Candace her husband approached her and when she was going into her hotel room and he came into the hotel room.
So before that scene, they showed Robin and Gizelle talking about it. And
Yes.
Robin said she didn't think anything of it. She said Gizelle mentioned to her the day it happened, and she didn't feel from what Gizelle is saying anything happened. So my take on it, from what Gizelle is saying, if I was Ashley, I wouldn't give it a second thought.
If you was Ashley or Candace, what you mean?
Candace, I wouldn't give Gizelle's a second thought, and I probably would question my friendship with her too. The reason being is, what did he do that made you feel that it was inappropriate, uncomfortable? What happened? And Candace said something in episode 3 that made me think, you still hugging up the guy? Oh, you look good. Like, what did he do that or said that made you feel inappropriate or something not good? Was he up in your face? Did he try to grab your ass? What did he do or say? She didn't say anything. He didn't touch her. He didn't say nothing inappropriate. He was talking about me. He was talking about Candace. What did he do? Then she said, oh, because it seemed like he was talking about his wife, so I could be like, oh, well, I could treat you better or something. You know what I think issue is with Gizelle? She's a very beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Light skin, beautiful, beautiful eyes, nice shape. Everybody want her. In her head, every man want her.
Yes, I agree.
Everybody's man want her. I'm in a room with this man. He must want me. Look at me. How could he not? And I don't want to put myself in a situation where he can't control himself and throw himself at me. So that makes me feel uncomfortable. Bitch, not everybody wants you. Just because you might think you're better than Candace, that don't mean he wants you. I don't think he did anything. And Chris looked like the kind of person who's cool, fun. He might be a little bit extra nice to them. But another thing, too, that I feel that I think is that Gizelle is also maybe a little attracted to Chris. She might be like, oh, he don't look bad.
No.
I think so, because they showed in episode 3, and we'll talk about more, when she was talking about his penis more than once. Why you talking about somebody else's husband's penis? Even though Candace mentioned it. So maybe she got a little bit hot and bothered in that room and felt uncomfortable.
Okay, no matter what it is, my take on this is, again, setting boundaries. Your husband should not be knocking on my hotel room door. No, excuse me. Control your husband. He shouldn't be coming to ladies' rooms. And that's how I would feel. It would be inappropriate to me. I would not want my husband knocking on your door and then you let him in, because this is what happens. Now you got a he said, she said kind of thing. Now I got to figure out who's lying, because now he's saying that Gizelle welcomed him into the hotel room. And she's like, oh, I don't like men in my hotel room. That was inappropriate. He's now saying that she welcomed him in. So now I feel like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like the whole idea of this. Is what I'm saying. It's a boundary that was crossed. And I just wanted to show this video too, because this was Gizelle. There's a little bit of what she said last night. So I want to share this video. I hope it plays, but let me see. It might not, but let's see. Just one moment. Let me. Okay.
What happened live?
Yes. Did you see that last night?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So I want to just play this clip of what she said first.
Okay.
And okay, wait a second. Where's the okay.
Death was Gizelle and Chris Bass.
Okay, wait a second. Okay. So wait, let me go back to the stream. Okay, so what's your take?
When she said I felt something in my stomach at first, I was like, oh, I don't. To me, the stories are getting confusing. Number one, she said
exactly
after the situation with Candace and Nicki Minaj, they went at it. Then she said that he said, oh, let's talk. She was going back. They went back in her room because she thought her glam squad was there. So in her head, when she's going back in her room with him, she's thinking my glam squad is there. They go in the room, the glam squad wasn't there. She also said that she said to Chris, and this is in episode 3, to leave the door open because for whatever reason the door was open. What do you feel uncomfortable about?
Again, your husband should not. This would have never happened if he was not approached. This is what I'm saying. This is what he said. She said, "Come in." She's uncomfortable now. She feeling there's a bed right there. I don't know what your husband's trying to do. I don't know, but I said, I would feel uncomfortable too, to be honest. I don't want your man in my bedroom. I don't want him in my bedroom. So that's what I'm saying. Now you got a situation where it's a he said, she said. Now Gizelle saying that, she told him to leave. He's saying she didn't tell him to leave. She welcomed him. Now I don't know who to be mad at. Why are you welcoming my husband in your hotel room? And then why is my husband at your hotel room? I'm mad at everybody now.
But Gizelle is flip-flopping with her story. She said, he said, let's talk. We were going in my room. And in her head, I kind of believe that she said, let's go in my room. Because she thought her glam squad was there. Let's not forget, she was like, oh, you want to talk? All right, come on, let's go in my room. Thinking her glam squad was in the room. So when they went in there, her glam squad wasn't in the room. So you didn't say, oh, well, maybe we should go talk in the hallway. When did you feel uncomfortable? Like
when she got there, based on what she said, when she got there, she thought her glam squad was there. And when she opened up the door, they weren't there. So he still came in. She wasn't going to tell him, like, maybe she didn't feel like, it seemed to me, the way I visualize it, is she was putting up the hotel room. He got off the elevator with her. He's complaining. She opens up the hotel room. They walk in, and then she realized her glam isn't there. But then he's still there. To me, it's like, I don't want I would have stopped at the door and been like, so I just think you both should have boundaries. Me as your friend, him as your husband. All of us should be respecting you. At the end of the day, I would not be letting your husband in. If I open up, I wouldn't even open up my hotel room. Well, I guess if the glam is there. But once I realize that it's quiet, it's dark, you're not coming, your husband's not coming in my room. And if he does, that's what I'm saying. This is where you, as my friend, need to figure out whose line is your husband line or am I lying? But what I'm saying from the gate, it should have never happened. Your husband going into my friend's room should have never happened. Your friend letting him in should have never happened. I don't agree with any of that.
First of all, if you trust your man, that is the thing. It's about trust too. I think Candace trusts Chris. I wouldn't care. I would not feel like, oh, Gizelle again. I know I had a gut feeling. The man didn't do anything to you. She said when they asked her, when you asked him to leave, did he leave? Yes. Was he staying too close? Did he do anything inappropriate? Did he say, oh my God, Gizelle, you look beautiful? Your mind was somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. Her mind, when Chris was in that room, was somewhere else.
No, my mom would be like, why is he here? Like, I would feel uncomfortable. A bed is right there. He's complaining about you to me. Like, I wouldn't want him in my hotel. I would have stood right at the door. I would never be letting nobody's man up in my room. Sorry, no way.
Again, I just feel like this is just me. My take. I'm thinking if Ray was there or anybody else, would Gizelle feel the same way? If it was Ray or Robin's husband with the same situation, would she feel the same way? Because to me, in my head, if we're cool, we're friends, whatever, there's an issue if you and your boyfriend, he's like, oh, we're in a hotel setting, like Kyra said, hotel setting is different. I know there was some drama that happened. You come in my room, there's a bed there. You're talking about a friend of mine. So my mind is not going to, oh, there's a bed. I feel uncomfortable. I'm thinking like, oh my God, well, you guys have to work this out. Unless he did something for me to start feeling inappropriate. How does Gizelle's bed, something happened to her? She was triggered, or maybe something happened to her past, because I don't understand how Candace's husband comes to complain about Candace, makes you feel uncomfortable. You think about the bed there.
To me, it's inappropriate.
I mean, for me, again, if you trust the person you're with, if I was in that situation, I trust my husband, I would not give it much thought. I would be like, all right, ain't that happening?
But it's the same thing what you said. See, you contradicting yourself. It's the same thing with the social media. If he's following your friend, you should trust him not to be in her DMs.
No, that's totally different. You're looking at pictures and my friends posting and doing all this stuff.
Trust your man.
No. Not
trust your man.
The thing is, with that situation where Gizelle is making a big deal about it, I wouldn't feel a type of way. I would not, unless he did something to her. What did the man
But
do?
why would you wait? But this I'm saying, why? If she's telling you, this I'm saying, sometimes we gotta respect how people feel. And
Yes,
if I'm telling you
yes.
that your man is in my hotel room with my bed there, where I get ready, where I go take my showers and stuff at, and your man is in my hotel room and I feel uncomfortable, why am I not allowed to feel uncomfortable with your man there? And your husband there? Like, why am I not allowed to feel that way? I'm telling you, as your friend, like he's at my hotel room. Like, listen, things happen. You trust your man, you trust your husband. People are married for 20 years until you
Yeah,
can't
this
trust
is
them,
true.
until he's sleeping with your sister or your
That
cousin
is
or
true.
something. So as I'm saying, I'm just not gonna be dumb about these things. I want to set boundaries so it's not gonna be a he said, she said. Now this done popped off. I don't know who to believe now.
But again, I don't know. How was it in the bed? Who said what to who to go in the bedroom? Where was the bedroom? Did they take an elevator, go upstairs? Where the hell was Candace at the time? Like, how did, oh
Exactly.
yeah, let's talk. Let's go to, and then either way, Gizelle, to me, something's off. One, you say he invited, he said, let's go on you. Why did you not say, oh no, let's go to the bar? Let's go sit on the couch. That's one. Number two, if you invited him there, you're wrong either way. He was
That's
in
what I'm
her room.
saying. That's what I'm saying. In this situation, now that I'm saying he opened up the door, going or getting off the elevator, walking to hotel room and walking into hotel. Now I'm mad too at him. This is what I'm saying, because now it's getting to a point where my friend's approaching me saying she's uncomfortable. Now you started this. Now I'm mad at you. And then my friend's talking about she's uncomfortable. Now I gotta be mad at her. All I'm saying is when you set a boundary, this should have never happened. He should have never got off the elevator walking to her hotel room, because now he opened up the door. She literally opened up the door. I'm mad at everybody now.
They're both wrong, because Gizelle too, if he's saying, oh, let's go talk, you go in there, you think, oh, my glam squad. The minute you see, oh, my glam squad is not here, let's go talk somebody else, because you never know what anybody's going to think, something's going on. I would have said it, like, let's go somewhere else. So you let him in there. And now you feel uncomfortable. You let him in your room.
Well, in her defense, she said that she thought the glam was there.
Exactly. When you open the door, you didn't see the glam team in there. You still went in, didn't you?
Yeah, they both are wrong. Like I said, I would be mad at everybody.
So I wouldn't have brought it up. In a situation, I wouldn't bring it up, because I'd be like,
no, I would have brought it up. Control your man, control your husband.
But Gizelle should have controlled herself too. My whole thing is, if I'm saying, oh, let's go talk, and I'm thinking my glam squad is in my room, I open the door, I bring you in there, and then I'm like, oh, I feel comfortable, the bed, the thing. The minute you open the door, you should realize I'm going to feel uncomfortable. You should be like, oh, this is inappropriate. I let him in. You didn't let him in. You let him in your room.
That's what I'm saying. That would be my reasoning too. Like I said, I would be mad at both of them. That's what I'm saying. But it should have never happened. Once he got off that elevator and in the direction of her hotel room, that's where the door was open, when he walked up to her hotel room. So no, I would be mad at all of them.
Process said, I guess I have the wrong impression. If you had a glam squad and you're basically using as dress room, it sounds like a hotel suite. Now walking in and just a bed. That's what I said. She said there was a bed there. It could have been like a pull-out couch. Like,
when you walk into a hotel room, if you're not in a penthouse or a suite, when you walk into the hotel room, the beds are right there.
The whole thing to me, Gizelle is making it a bigger deal than it needs to be.
No.
I don't give a damn what she said. She's making it way bigger. You're thinking about the bed is right there. Okay, the bed is there. So your mind went somewhere else too.
No, we in a hotel. Come on now. What do people do why is your husband in my hotel room? No, like Joanne.
Why did she let him in there? And why is your head going there? My whole thing
because it should have never happened. I'm uncomfortable. That's why. I'm uncomfortable with your husband in my hotel room. I'm uncomfortable.
He's saying either way. She's saying he invited himself to your hotel room, and you said okay too. He said, "Oh, Gizelle, let's go talk in your hotel room."
It seemed like he rolled up. No, you know how when you're in that moment and you complaining about your wife, your girl, you complaining. Y'all walking, he's still complaining. Y'all walking, he's still complaining. She opens up the door thinking that her glam squad is there, and then he walks in with her. That's how I visualize it. That's what she seemed to say. They got off the elevator talking, and then he walks with her into the hotel room. So I think they both are wrong. And like Joanne Brennan says, I'm not familiar with all the ladies. No married man should be knocking on another woman's hotel door. When she felt uncomfortable, she should have stopped him at the door. But the thing is, like we said, she didn't stop him because they both was walking to the door together. And then she opened the door and she thought her glam squad was there. Her glam squad wasn't there. And then they both walked into the room together. And then she felt uncomfortable as he kept talking and then told him to leave.
So what I got from it is after the whole debacle for Nicki Minaj, he said, we need to talk. Or he wants to talk to Gizelle.
Yeah.
Gizelle, they said, all right, come on, let's go. I guess she said, come on, let's go to my room or whatever. I think her glam squad was there. He's saying she invited me or he didn't, or he's whatever. I don't know who invited who. The whole point is they're both filming this picture, but Gizelle is the one that's making a bigger deal about it. I don't think it's that big of a deal like she's saying, unless he gave her a look. Maybe she's not telling us. Maybe she felt comfortable because he was looking her up and down.
All you need to know is keep your husband out of my hotel room.
Maybe he was looking at her breasts.
No,
I don't know. Maybe he was doing something that made her feel uncomfortable.
No. Being uncomfortable means your husband was in my hotel room with the bed right there. Keep him. We all know what goes. Like, why are we playing dumb? Like we don't know what goes down in the hotel room, and I'm by myself.
But I wouldn't feel again if I. This is my take on it. If I have my friend's husband, I don't think, oh, he's into me. He's gonna try anything unless he comes and do it. If I'm in a room with him,
you gonna wait for that?
No, but I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't even go there. If I'm in a room full of there's 100 beds there. It's me and him. I'm not gonna think that unless he does that. My mind wouldn't go to, oh my God, there's a bed there. That wouldn't be my take.
It's not the take. It's about inappropriate. It's about inappropriate behavior, though. Like your mind doesn't have to go there, but I just don't think it's just like your mind wouldn't go somewhere if your man is like, what if he comes into the bathroom where I'm taking a shower. Like your mind, I mean, but I'm just saying your mind should go certain places. It's a bed. That's what people smash. Come on. She's a single woman by herself. Like, why wouldn't your mind go there? He's knocking on somebody's hotel room door. Not knocking. Okay, he's going into a single woman's hotel room door, complaining about his wife. Come on now.
Kaiser, going to the hotel suite during a break in filming the unit should be all of this. Yeah. She said Gizelle didn't trust herself. She wanted to see what that chocolate wrapped in vanilla. I agree with Dupasin. She understands me. Gizelle is attracted to Chris. Let's be honest. He's not a bad looking man. He's not a bad looking man. She's there alone. She ain't getting none. She probably got a little excited herself. And was like, oh, there's a bed there. Things will go through her mind like, I feel uncomfortable. I think that's what it is.
I don't think that's what it is. I do think it is.
If she was in that room with Ray, would you think she'll say the same thing?
Maybe, I don't know, but it's like if she's feeling uncomfortable, I believe her, and I'm gonna say like, okay, I'm gonna respect that. That's how she felt, and I would tell my husband, why the f was you going in the room with her? Like at least keep it to the door. Like he should have never attempted to. Once he stepped foot, like I said, she should have told him to get back. But once you feel that comfortable be stepping into a hotel room, like I don't care where it was. I just think that's inappropriate to go in the hotel room with my friend. I just think it's inappropriate. He should once he stepped foot in there, I would feel it's a problem. It would be a problem for me.
One of them mentioned that the door was open. I don't remember if Chris said it, if Gizelle said it, but if with the situation, Nicki Minaj and everything, maybe when he went in that room, he probably didn't even think either. He probably was just talking about Candace, upset because he was very upset with the whole Nicki Minaj thing. He probably wasn't even thinking about that. You don't know. He might not. You can't say every man cheat, every man this. He may have been so upset with Candace whole situation that he didn't even realize where he was, what he was talking about. He was just upset and wanted a vent. And he did.
I know, and that's his take, and that's his take on it. If it's me and I'm saying I feel uncomfortable, that's what it is. That's what I don't care what your part was. That's you. But I'm telling you as a friend, or like how she's telling Candace, I felt uncomfortable. I don't care what his issue was or what he was going through with you. Don't come into my hotel room. And like you said, and like I'm saying too, she should have told him like step back. Like, oh, there would have been no like way. I know with me, there would have been no way he would have felt invited to come in because I would have had my foot out and I would have been talking to him at the door once I unlocked it. I would have been talking to him at the door. There's no way we would be both walking in to my hotel room together because I believe it is inappropriate.
Me too, because I would be like, oh my God, if we come out now, it's all over social media. Chris comes out of Gizelle's hotel. Like, hotel room. So I wouldn't do it. But again, Gizelle's mind went somewhere else. She said she felt comfortable. But again, she didn't say nothing to me that would have made me feel comfortable. She didn't say anything for me to be like, oh, I see. Oh, yeah, he was too close. He was saying, she didn't say anything.
I'm not waiting for that though. I'm just feeling uncomfortable. I'm not waiting for your man to make a move on me. I'm just telling you, I don't want him in that close proximity next to my bed, in my bedroom. I'm not going to wait for him to make a move. Huh?
She invited the man.
He shouldn't have walked in.
I believe she invited him.
Whatever it was, he should have never walked in. My husband better not walk into your hotel room. I don't care if you invite him in. He walk in, you invite him in, we got a problem.
That's
all
true.
of us
Maybe
got a problem.
Shouldn't have walked in. He shouldn't have walked in. Maybe.
And like Joanne Brennan says, say the roles were reversed and it was a female walking into a married man's room and he's alone. Married man or not, some men will take that as a signal she's ready to get it on.
Sure. If the roles were reversed, and again, Gizelle, she's thinking she's, the best looking person. I wouldn't. It all depends on the scenario. I wouldn't all of a sudden jump off the bandwagon and be like, oh my God, something happened. I would have to know the story. I have to know my friend. I need to know who I'm in a relationship with. It is important what type of friend I have. It's important the type of man, if I trust him. Those two things matter. Instead of just
I'm not waiting. I can trust you. Listen, men be sleeping with sisters, okay? I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for my man to mess up. I'm going to take preventative measures. Stay out of hotel rooms of my friends.
Oh my God. I think in this scenario, I think Giselle's making too big of a deal of it.
I think she's not making a big deal of it. Huh?
Robin was like, why is she mentioning it now?
She said that on Watch What Happens Live, she said she mentioned it because it was like, oh, a Me Too moment because Ashley mentioned the DM.
So Kyra said she felt comfortable and now she is using it for her storyline 5 months later. I agree. I don't see the big deal.
Again, she said because Ashley said she had a moment.
She said, Kyra said, maybe I'm too young for this because I can't spend this amount of time dictating how my partner move. No amount of guidelines going to stop someone who wants to do so. I agree. If you wanted to cheat, you would.
I do agree with that. Like, I'm not going to dictate my husband's movements, but all I'm saying is for my friend and for him, just stay out of I just don't want anybody else going down with the sinking ship. Like, I don't if my man is trying to come on to you, whatever he's trying to do, he's trying to go into your hotel room, stop it at the door because now situations like this arise. Nothing happened, but now it's a he said, she said, and I got to figure out now I'm cursing out everybody. I'm just saying, just stay out of the way. Like, don't go on a sinking ship. If I'm mad at my husband for knocking on your hotel room door, don't open up the door. And then if that would have prevented it to be one-sided where I'm cursing him out, like, why are you at hotel? Because she felt uncomfortable. Don't go and stay at a hotel because now she's saying she feels uncomfortable. And it would have stopped at that. But now you let him in. So now I got to figure out, you telling me now you feeling uncomfortable. So now I got to, and nothing really popped off. Let's remember that nothing popped off, but it's an issue now because my friend is saying she feels uncomfortable. So that's what I'm saying. Now now everybody's on this sinking ship. Me, I'm mad. My friend is mad. He's mad. We all mad. I'm just saying somebody could have stopped it where it didn't have to be everybody mad at each other. It would have just been me directing this at Chris saying, you made my friend feel uncomfortable and don't do it again.
Well, if I was Gizelle and I was myself in this situation and I felt comfortable, I wouldn't even bring it up because I'd be like, you put yourself in this damn situation. You should never have allowed him in the room. So why would I even bring it up? I put myself in a situation. Unless he raped me and attacked me, but I'm going to go until I feel comfortable. Why? I'm the one that allowed the man in my room.
That's what I'm saying. But she said she told him to get out after she started. She felt the gut feeling. She realized that Glenn wasn't there. She's letting him vent, and then she told him to leave. But that doesn't mean that she didn't feel uncomfortable.
She didn't feel no gut. It was her vagina getting a little wet over Chris.
No, I don't believe.
The butterflies were in her privates.
No, I don't think she really felt no.
He had a pink suit in the reunion, whatever he had on. Like, oh, look at that Chris. I want to rub that bald head. Look at that bed over there. Girl, like, Chris, you got to go. You got to go. It's Giselle's nasty mind.
I don't believe so. Like I said, I'm not waiting. I'm not going to be on my man's heels, but I want to take preventative measures like I don't want nobody telling me my man's making him feel uncomfortable. Nothing popped off. That's what I'm saying. Nothing popped off. I'm not going to be on his heels trying to make sure he doesn't cheat, but also don't make people feel uncomfortable. Don't be looking up under the people's skirts and stuff and doing. I'm not saying like, I'm just saying it could get to a point where my friends are saying they feel uncomfortable. Like, all I'm saying is, I got to be all dramatic. All I'm saying is, nothing, it doesn't mean because nothing popped off that it couldn't be a problem. I'm saying there's things that could be a problem still.
You process says, I'm not buying. He was upset and wanted to talk privately. If it was a small room, how could you talk privately if you thought your glam squad was there? That is true. She thought her glam squad was there.
Yeah, but they be doing their own thing. Who knows what the glam squad, like sometimes you can still talk privately and the glam squad is getting makeup ready, doing whatever they're doing, and you can still talk to somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a quiet room.
Kyra says she has to make her own feelings his responsibility when she says he didn't do anything and making a Me Too issue for a man walking in a hotel. Yeah, I mean, it's too much. Gizelle don't have a storyline. This is her storyline, Chris.
I think her point was keep your man out of my hotel room and get him up out of my face. That's basically what she's saying.
My man to your room.
That too. I'm saying, like I said, they both are wrong. They both, like I said, one of them got to stay off this sinking ship. If she's inviting him in, he's walking into her room. I'm cursing both of them out. Okay, they both get cursed out. Okay.
So that was the end of that episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the end for this live, but we're going to be doing another live. I don't know what time you have it set for, Elisa. So we'll talk about episode 3. The tea gets better.
Yes.
So thank you for watching. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. And join us on our next live so we can talk about episode 3.
Yes. Toodles for the next moment. We're going to be back in 1 minute.
Bye.